May have already been answered for some. Like you know how you did. See? It's good. I like it. All right, Algebra 1, lesson 43. So today we are going to find the least common multiple of multiple numbers. So you use the least common multiple when you're adding fractions all the time, right? You need the least common denominator to get them to add. So a multiple is bigger than your numbers. You want to find the number that your numbers will go into, okay? Very important. It's like when you're thinking of like greatest common factor, you're thinking, what does everyone have in common, right? What things do they all have with them? For example, you all are in the 9th grade for the front 2 rows, right? Like you're all in 9th grade. That is a factor among you, okay? But what is something that you're going to become later? Well, I don't know. Daniel might become a basketball superstar. Grow 3 feet, become a basketball superstar. Be the 9-foot
Goliath.
We'll call him Goliath.
Oh, man.
Like Kara will become. What are you going to become? I don't know.
A teacher.
A writer, possibly.
Don't do that to her. That's so mean.
Wow.
Don't. Why must you hurt her that way?
Wow.
No, I assigned everyone in the previous class teaching responsibilities. So like Jose is the school nurse, and like you got all the that's good.
Oh,
Yes, you'll be a great school nurse one day.
Yes.
All right, so Kara's gonna become a writer. She's gonna be like traveling the world and doing like a food and travel blog. I like that. That's good. You got that. Anyways, we're all gonna end up in different places, right? Well, I mean, I will still be.
Want to know my future?
I'll be right here. Anyways, moving on. But the common thing amongst you all will be that you were once 9th graders and you were once in this class. But where are you going? Hopefully, the thing that's going to be common to us at the end is that we're all going to be with Jesus, right? And so you have like your beginnings and you have your endings. The least common multiple is kind of like the thing that we have all in common at the end. And so they're going to give you some numbers like 8, 15, and 100. That's a 1. And I want to know, what number do all of these numbers go into? That's the least common multiple. The multiple is not a number smaller, it's a number bigger than these numbers. And it could be one of these numbers. In this case, it will not be. Okay, so when you think least common multiple, think a number bigger than these numbers, but the least of those. It's quite complicated. So let's work through this. Really what you have to do is you know that 8 goes into what numbers? Well, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. Ryan, Evan, you're not helping. 50. I had 8, man. 56, 64, 72, 80, 88, 96. Come on, guys. You can add 8. You got this.
Alright, let's go. Keep going.
104.
Yeah.
112, 120, and so on, right?
How many do we do?
None. 15 goes into 15.
30.
30.
45.
Keep going, Daniel. Keep going.
Dude, I know. I'm just following.
Okay. ... Okay. 100.
Wait.
It doesn't go into any of those.
Oh, never mind.
Wouldn't it be easier to...
Okay, so this is a waste of our time, right? We're never going to get it. So let's instead look at what they all need. So 8 is 2 times 2 times 2, right? Everyone agree?
Mm-hmm.
If you do the little factor tree, you get 2 times 2 times 2. What about 15? How do I get 15?
3 times 5.
3 times 5. What about 100?
Two.
20.
How do you get 100?
2, 5, 5.
2 times 2 times 5 times 5. 4 times 25, right?
Yeah.
So what you're going to do as your first step is you're going to find all of the prime numbers or the prime factorization of your numbers. Then you're going to pull one of everything. Now what do I mean by that? Your least common multiple is going to be the number that includes every one of these numbers, kind of. You only want the minimum number. So 8 has 3 2's in it. So my least common multiple will have to have 3 2's in it. 15 has a 3 in it. So I'm going to need a 3. 100 has 2 5's. So I'm going to need 2 5's. Now do I have to include these 2's in it?
Yes.
No, because I've already included 3 of them, so obviously I already have 2. Okay, so I included 2 times 2 times 2, which means I've already included 2 times 2. Do you agree or disagree?
Wouldn't we have no 2's because...
Wait, if I include 2 times, but I want one of everything.
Then wouldn't we just have 2, 3, and a 5?
Because this guy has 3 2's. So I have to have 3 2's in my answer. Remember, this is going to be a number that all of these numbers go into. So I have to have all of the 2's. I have to have all of the 3's, and I have to have all of the 5's. The biggest number of them. Okay? So if I include 3 2's, well, obviously I've already included 2 2's. So that's covered, right? If I include this 3, then I've included 3. If I include 2 5's, well, I've already included 1 5. So you're going to take the highest number of times you see these prime numbers. Now, what I like to do is I like to line them up. And that way I don't mess up. Okay? So I know I need 3 2's, I need 1 3, and I need 2 5's. Now, what number do we get out of this? What number is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 times 5? 600. And that is your least common multiple. How do I know that? Well, it's right here in my list. If I kept going,
Wow.
150 times 2 is 300 times 2 is 600, so I know it's in this list. And 120 times 5, so if I did 5 times this many numbers, I would get 600. Now here's a different way to think about it. Why do I have to include everything? Well, because 8 times what is 600?
What?
8 times what is 600?
15.
70 something.
75?
75.
Correct.
15 times what is 600? 15 times what is 600?
40?
40. 100 times what is 600?
6,000.
Wrong space. Now notice something very carefully here. Watch. What are the numbers that are left out? 3 times 5 times 5 is 75. What about here? 4 times 5. 8 times 5 is 40. So I'm multiplying 15 times 40 to get that. What about here? I have this times 3 times 2, which would be 6.
It all lines.
So it all works out because I need a little bit of this number, a little bit of that number, a little bit of that number, and I see what they will all go into, which is the least common multiple. Okay, are you less bothered now, Evan, or similarly bothered?
Oh, plus.
Okay, take the highest number of times you see each number. So like if 2 shows up 3 times, you need 3 2s. If 3 shows up once, you need 1. If 5 shows up twice, you need 2. That's it. Let's try another one. This time we will do bigger numbers. So we have 30, 75, and 80. I would like you guys to write out the prime factors, so do the little factor tree and figure out what numbers to multiply and make. 30, 75, and 80. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Home is far away.
Did you say that?
Okay, what did we get for 30?
5 times 2 times 3.
3 or 2. Bleh.
2 times 3 times 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 times 3 is 6, times 5 is 30. What do we get for 75? Well, we know it's going to be 5 times 5 times 3. 25 times 3 is 75. How about 80? Well, I know 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. 10 is 2 times 5. So, how many 2's do we see? What's the highest number of 2's we see?
4.
4. So I know my least common multiple is going to need 4 2's. How many 3's do I see? 1. There's 1 here, so I have to at least include 1, and there's only 1 here, so I include 1 3. How many 5's? 2, because there's 2 5's there. Now, I multiply these out, and that gets me the least common multiple. 25 times 3 is 75, times 2 is 150, times 2 is 300, times 4 is 1200. That's it. Cool. Now, that wasn't enough. We're going to do it with letters now.
The lesson is still going?
Yeah.
Dang.
That's crazy.
You'll be fine. Every pre-calculus lesson is this long or longer. They go on forever. Okay, so let's find the least common multiple of 12 x squared am squared and 14 x cubed am to the 4th. Now, the first thing you're going to do, same as before, is you're going to write out each individual term. So, how do we make 12? Come on, guys. How do you make 12?
2 times 2.
Or 3 times 4.
It's 2 times 2 times 3.
2 times 2 times 3. How do you make 14?
2.
7 times
2
2.
times 7.
2 times 7. So already, I know my answer is going to need a 2, a 2, a 3, and a 7. What else do I need? Well, this has x squared, which means x times x. This one has x cubed. How many x's do I need? 3. Now I have a in both of them. How many a's do I need?
1.
1. I have m squared and m to the 4th. How many m's do I need?
4.
Now I'll multiply this together, and that's my least common multiple. 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12, times 7 is 3 x's makes
3x or x.
x cubed. If we added them, it would be 3x. If we multiply them, it's x cubed. I have 4 m's, m to the 4th. And that is lesson 43.